Hey guys, how's it going? It's Bobby Tonight here, and today I'm testing out my GoPro for the first time on my cycle helmet. I'm out doing a little road test with the 1974 Raleigh 20 Shopper. There it is if you couldn't see it. I'm planning to rebuild this bike very soon, and I'm just taking it for a wee ride to find all the faults with it and realise what needs to be done. So, there's obviously the rattling front mudguard, and there's the fact that it's a fight to keep it in first gear, and when you go over a bump the shifter knocks into third gear and then it's just like it's slipped out of gear completely, so that's definitely a bit of toggle chain adjustment needed. I'm hoping to rebuild this bike from the ground up, put fresh grease and everything, and we'll take it from there and see how she goes. I'm not sure if you guys can see this right now, but I'm holding her in first gear. The minute I take my hand off the shifter, okay, maybe a few moments after I take my hand off the shifter, at some point while I'm riding this bike, she will jump into second gear. And this is not a bloody automatic. It is a 3-speed Sturmey Archer hub. And you do not want involuntary shifts. And right when I want to point it out, it won't bloody do it. So, what do you guys think of the helmet strap mount? I've got it on my cycle helmet, and I would have preferred to use a handlebar mount, but I've heard so much about handlebar mounts being prone to cracking and breaking and generally being poorly made, and that's not very good. And plus I've spent enough money on GoPro stuff for now, so we'll wait a bit, we'll sell a couple of bikes and then I'll buy a mount. Oh, there we go, the bike just kicked into second when I wasn't wanting it to. I'll just get over this bridge and I'll shift her back into first and see if she's now willing to demonstrate her magic automatic transmission. Okay, she's in first. She's in first. It's usually when I've got my hand on it, but I'm not actually applying any force to shift the gear that it then shifts. I should just keep a constant eye on that shifter and you'll be able to actually see what's going on with it. But I've got to pay attention to the road. It really is a beautiful day. There we go. I didn't even try to change gear, but I did. See? Okay, you've got to give it a bit of pressure, but it's too willing to go into second. It's too delicate. We need to do a bit of toggle changing. I rebuilt that shifter last summer, so I don't think that should be the problem, but you never know. So, we've so far established the shifter and the mudguard bracket. The rack needs a bit of attention, both the front and the rear rack, and I'm going to repack all bearings, rebuild the brakes. The back brakes aren't quite so responsive, so we'll have a look at that and maybe tighten them up or fit a new set of brake blocks, most likely fib racks, because they're very nice, very good brake blocks. And as for the rest of it, to clean up, I need to refit the chain guard. I'll maybe try and unbend that crank because it really is annoying. And what else? I think that's about it. There's perhaps a few other things in need of rebuild, needed a bit of love and attention. Brakes could do with improving, and I'm going to be rebuilding all the... I've already said that. Yeah, there we go, we can hear that front mudguard rattle, and we had a little involuntary shift there. Keep an eye on that shifter. Road's clear. This is nice and bumpy. This is where you're likely to get an involuntary shift without your hand on the handlebars. Just got to watch out that you're not about to crash. do for this bike. Actually, let's stop now that we're nice and quiet and there's no people around, and we'll just have a wee look around the bike. Oh, and of course we need to redo all the wiring because the light stopped working ages ago. We might need to replace a couple of bulbs, so we'll have a look at that. Use it as a camera rig, I guess. So, here's the bike. Our Splendor. I've been riding this for 10 years and I don't even have a nickname for it. That's bad. What do you think we should call her? I don't know. Chrome's alright, it's always been a little bit pitted. Brake cables look in fine order. These rear pads I was talking about, rear blocks, I mean, plenty of rubber left on them. I think the brakes are perhaps just a bit loose. I think that's the only real problem there. Yeah. I think we know what needs to be done. We'll make a list, check it twice, see what bits of this bike have been naughty and nice, and get stuck into the rebuild. We've got a loose quarter pin on one side of that. Something is not right. We shall need to deal with that as well as everything else. We've got our work cut out for us, but it's not the most neglected project I've ever done.